Hi everyone, my name is Michael Anyana, taking the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. I am here standing in front of the camera to make a demonstration about a certain topic. And along with my topic, I will apply our lessons about the approaches to the teaching of grammar. I would probably I would probably use the inductive approach, deductive approach, grammar translation approach, direct approach, reading approach, and communicative approach. Hi everyone, so I am back as your substitute teacher since your teacher is in a maternity leave and she asked me to discuss to you all sorts of grammar. So as I scan her lesson plan, I've decided to discuss to you the right usage of a and an. So if I say a army of ant is coming afterward the food, is that correct? Of course not, because you can only use a if the subject or the word the initial of the word starts with a consonant, like for example box, a cat, a dog. If you are going to say a ant, that is grammatically incorrect. But instead, you will say an ant. Because if you will going to use an, make sure that the word or that the initial of the word of what you are referring starts with a vowel sound. Next, we will be talking about plural in English. So there are what we so-called irregular plural and regular plural. If you would say irregular plural, that is that refers to the words that you will eventually add only the s word, like for example the word dog. If you will convert that into regular plural, it will become dogs, cats, trees. If you would say irregular plural, those words that are in base form will change into another form of plural. Like for example, what man. The plural form of man is man. The plural form of woman is women. That is how regular plural and regular plural is different from each other. We will continue talking about plurals in English. So in general rule, you can only add s, but there are some words that there are words that ends with the letter s, ch, sh, and x. Instead of s, you can add es as the plural form of the word. There are also words that ends up with y, the letter y, and when you want to convert that word into a plural form, you must delete y and add ies. There are also words that ends up with the I, a, and oi. You can just add s like the general rule. There are also words that ends up with f, fe, f or fe, and when you want to convert that word that ends up with the word f and fe, you must delete f and fa and replace it with ves or ves. For example, leaf, leaves. Um, there are also example here. For example, oi. Let's uh, let's assume that the word we will use is the word toy, which which we will basically convert the word toy to plural form, which is toys. The example of s, ch, sh, and x are like, um, for example, ox. The plural form of that is not oxes, it's oxen. Um, ch, for example, teach, teaches. So I have here some examples of irregular plural. You you will just listen as I read the examples. Um, Singular, a man, a woman, a child, a foot, a tooth, a fish, a mouse, a sheep. When you convert it to irregular plural, the man will turn into men, the woman will turn into women, the child will turn into children, the foot will turn into feet, the tooth will turn into teeth, the fish will remain the same, fish, mouse as mice, and sheep as sheep. I have also here some regular plural examples. A student, an apple. Student will basically turn into students. Apple as apples, bus as buses, box as boxes, baby as babies, country as countries, day as days, toy as toys, shelf as shelves, and wife as wives. So next we will be talking about adjective plus preposition. So what is an adjective? Does anybody here has an idea of what adjective means? Okay. Okay, Nathan. That is right. An adjective refers on how you depict a subject or how you describe it. Just like, for example, Nathan is good. So the subject there is Nathan and the adjective there is good. So how do you use adjective with preposition in sentence? So there are several prepositions. In all, those include the word, the preposition, the preposition to, for, at, in, on, of, with, about. So for example, bad for something or someone. The adjective there is bad, and the preposition there is for. Another example, famous for something. The adjective there is famous, and the preposition being used there is for. Angry with someone. The adjective there is angry, and the preposition being used there is with. This, do you after this discussion, I will be handing you some activities for you to answer. May I call on Miss Jessica to read the adjectives in English? Okay, so we will be discussing on how to use adjective plus noun. So there's an example here. It's an interesting book. So the adjective being used in the sentence here is the word interesting, and the noun is the book. Does anybody here wants to give an example, their own example? Yes, Arnaldo. Okay. She's an amazing teacher. So does anybody here wants to identify what adjective he used in the sentence, or what noun he used in the sentence? Nathan? Very good. He used he used the word interesting as his adjective, and the teacher as the noun. Very good. Another is, we will be discussing about how to use is, are plus adjective. For example, this book is interesting. Now I will let you read the example here on page 2, and I will let you identify which is wrong and which is right in the sentence. So what do you think the wrong or which do you think is the right sentence, or which do you think is the wrong sentence? So I will divide you to two groups. This one is the group A, and this one is the group B. Both group will decide which side, or which they think is the right sentence, and this side will be the wrong sentence, or decide what is, or which part of the sentence is wrong. Okay, so have you decided yet? Okay, group A, what is your stand? Okay, so you choose, or you believe that the first sentence is wrong because you believe that adjectives do not have plural forms, and group B decided to choose the second sentence, which they believe is correct. Okay, so both choices, or both answers is correct, since you choose the first sentence, which is eventually wrong because adjectives doesn't have a plural forms, and then you choose the second sentence as the right sentence because you also believe that adjective doesn't have a plural form. So both of you are correct. Now we will be moving on forward to the next topic, which is the adverb of manner. So I will ask you to listen and comprehend to the words I read in this topic. So adverb of manner. The examples here are in the first column, as you can see in your paper, the adjectives. The next column is the adverb of manner, and the third column is the spelling changes. So the example for adjectives are careful, quickly, slow, and bad. If you would convert those words to the next column, which is the adverb of manner, you will add ly, and the words, or and the base words will become carefully, quickly, slowly, and badly. So the spelling changes on this is that um, you are eventually required to just put ly in the adjectives. However, you must be careful because there, as you can as you have noticed that whenever you put ly, there are also words that are you get confused because um, there are adverbs of manner that looks looks a little bit confusing because the word will eventually put two L in one. That is because um, from the word, for example, from the word beautiful, there is already an L word from the word beautiful. That is why whenever you see a word beautifully, you will tend to be bemused or confused on why there are some that are um, there are only one L in an adjective of manner, adverb of manner rather, than the other words that consist of um, two L's. So now we will be talking about alternatives to F in condition. So what does this mean? Let us all read the description or the example. I won't go to the party unless you go too. That is equivalent to the word to the sentence I won't go if you don't go too. Have you noticed that the word F is replaced by the word unless? That is because we use substitutions or alternative words for F for us to not use the F word or the F the F redundantly to a sentence or to a context. Next is I'll take an umbrella in case it rains. I will make it because it might rain. I'll take an umbrella if it rains. I will take it only if it rains. So the word being used or being substituted here is in case if. So if you wanna put some if you want to have a long sentence or long like sentence, you could substitute or use an alternative for that sentence. Now that we have reached the ending of our topic, I have here some test paper for you to answer. This will serve as a proof if you have listened or not. Here. I will just give you 5 minutes to answer. After that, we will be having we will be checking your answer after this. Okay, 5 minutes is done. Give me your work. Give me your work. Thank you for your cooperation, class. I know that your teacher is in a maternity leave. I hope she's okay, and I'm glad you listened to my discussion despite of being just a substitute teacher, and I know that you can learn more about this topic. Thank you very much.